Ettore Bugatti made his name making beautiful and very fast cars. The Type 59 Grand Prix car would form the basis of this remarkable coupe, providing a sporty chassis and straight-eight engine. But it's the aluminum body and its trademark dorsal seam that mark out the Atlantic. While Ralph Lauren reportedly bought his privately and before prices reached this level, the owner of this 1936 example, chassis No. 57,374 had to pay a heavy premium for this rare machine at a 2010 auction. The exact sale price is not known, but it's believed somewhere between $30 minus 40 meters exchanged hands, with some reports claiming it was $38 million. The buyer was never officially revealed, but the car was displayed at the museum of renowned collector Peter W. Mullen until his death early in 2024 led to the closure of the museum. This model is officially known as the Type 41 but is better known as the Royale, as Ettore Bugatti had aspirations of selling his opulent coupe to Europe's royal families. Legend has it the car was stored in the Paris sewers during World War II and ended up in the United States by the 1960s. It then passed through several hands, including the head of Domino's Pizza. In 1999, to celebrate its ownership of the brand, Volkswagen reportedly bought the Coupe de Ville binder for $20 million for historical and promotion reasons. Bugatti debuted its one-of-a-kind $18.68 million La Voiture Noire, which translates to the black car, at the Geneva International Motor Show. Bugatti has been making one-of-a-kind and custom-made cars for its ultra-wealthy clients for more than 100 years. The average Bugatti buyer owns roughly 42 vehicles, 5 homes, 3 private jets, 3 helicopters, and a yacht, according to Bugatti. When you're wealthy, the thing that you want most after your wealth is to feel special and unique. And someone who pays $18 million for a car gets to claim, "I bought the most expensive car ever. See how special I am," said Karl Brauer, an analyst for AutoTrader. A true one-off Bugatti has set a record for the highest price paid for a new car at auction. The car is the Bugatti Chiron Profile that the French performance marque revealed. It went under the hammer at an RM Sotheby's auction in Paris, where it sold for $10.77 million, including the buyer's premium. The price is double the pre-auction estimate, and that's a good thing as Bugatti plans to donate a portion of the proceeds to charity. It also smashes the previous record for a new car sold at auction, which was the $7 million paid in 2016 for the 500th Ferrari LaFerrari. The Chiron Profile that was sold is actually a pre-production unit that has been made legal to drive on public roads in Europe. As a pre-production unit, it's not included in the 500-unit build run for the Chiron. Power comes from the familiar quad-turbo 8.0-liter W16, tuned here to deliver the same 1,480 horsepower as the Pure Sport. It helps the Profile accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, from 0 to 124 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds, and onto a top speed of 236 miles per hour, which is faster than the Pure Sport. It tops out at 217 miles per hour. Arguably this car, chassis No. 57523, is worth $19 million as it sold in 2013 for $8.7 million before then going under the hammer again in 2022 and fetching an even larger price. Making $1.3 meters on a car you've owned for less than a decade sounds like a pretty good deal. But it's no wonder multiple people are willing to pay big dollars for this car. As the name suggests, the Type 57 SC Adelante is closely related to the Atlantic at the top of our list. The beautiful bodywork was designed by Ettore's son, Jean Bugatti, and it was a direct follow-up to the Atlantic. Part of the reason the price is lower than the Atlantic is that the company made more Adelantes, 17 in total, which is hardly mass production, but relatively high volume in this part of the market. This is another special edition built in limited numbers. Do you sense a theme here? This time a 110th birthday present to itself. Styled after the EB 110 supercar of the 1980s, which kept the company afloat during a long lean spell, the Chiron-based 110 used retro style. Launched in 2019, only 10 lucky customers earned the right to hand Bugatti $10 million for this W16-powered party favor. For that money, they got a piece of history that could run 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.4 seconds. 0 to 200 kilometers per hour in 6.1 seconds and 0 to 300 kilometers per hour in a staggering 13.1 seconds. The top speed was limited to 380 kilometers per hour, practically sluggish by modern Bugatti standards. 1932 Bugatti Type 55 Super Sport sold for $7.1 million. Before Jean Bugatti created the gorgeous Type 57 Adelante, he produced the classically proportioned and timelessly elegant Type 55 Super Sport Roadster. Like so many Bugattis of this time period, the company used its Grand Prix racing entry of the time, the Type 51, as the starting point. This meant the 2.3-liter inline 8-cylinder engine with a supercharger, making a period impressive 96 kilowatts of power. Of the 38 Type 55s produced, 23 featured bodies designed by Jean, while the remainder were sent to coach builders, popular at the time, for unique looks. This particular 1932 example sold at a Bonhams auction in 2020, proving not even a global pandemic can dampen the demand for these remarkable cars. Bugatti Chiron Hermes sold for $6 million. What do you get when you cross an expensive super sports car with one of the world's leading high-end luxury goods brands? The answer: an even more expensive super sports car. The brainchild of car collector and California real estate agent Manny Koshbin, and a partnership between Bugatti and Hermes, this is a true one-of-a-kind car. Starting with a standard Chiron, the two companies spent 3 years selecting a unique shade of white exterior paint and just the right blend of leather and cashmere interior trims. There's even a unique horseshoe-shaped grille made with an H monogram. The car is reportedly valued at $6 million United States dollars, but Koshbin has stated he wants to leave it to his son, who he even tried to name Ettore, but was denied by his wife, so he just had to settle for the car. Only 40 examples of the Devo were offered, and despite the $5.8 million United States dollars asking price, all were snapped up quickly. The Volkswagen-owned version of Bugatti made its reputation going fast. The Veyron had a top speed of 407 km per hour, and then the Chiron went faster, hitting a 489 km per hour max. So for the Devo, the company decided to do something different and created a track-only car with a priority on handling. That meant a new body and aerodynamic package with a bias on handling over outright top speed. So the Devo, named for 1920s Bugatti racer Albert Devo, has a larger rear wing, bigger front splitter, and totally reworked suspension. What it does share in common with the Chiron, named for Grand Prix driver Louis Chiron, is the quad-turbo W16 engine. That means a top speed of a still impressive for any other brand of 380 km per hour.